Hello, I'm Chris Matthew with the Morel Mushroom Hunting Club. Today we're going to make honeysuckle jelly. Honeysuckles currently across the whole southeastern United States like crazy right now. The whole air when you're driving the country smells like honeysuckle. So you want to pick the blossoms, try to keep the green leaves from the blossom if possible. That's what we're going for right there, them yellow blossoms. And I need about 5 cups of them. After you pick the blossoms, you're going to have a lot of little pieces of green, and you need to get all the little green leaves off, and I put them in my compost. You need about 3 or 4 cups of blossoms. You bring 2.5 cups of water to a boil. Then we're going to infuse the water. We're going to add the blossoms, turn the heat off once the water goes boiling, and then we're going to dump them in there, let them infuse, turn the heat off till they cool down, then set them back in the bowl overnight, and that's the infused water. Now we're going to use that tomorrow to do the jelly. All right, now let's do a full boil. You turn it off, dump the blossoms in, and let them steep. Put in 2.5 cups, but you're going to end up with about 2 once you strain these. All right, so we're going to leave them sit for probably about an hour, and then we're going to put them back in the bowl after I rinse the bowl out, and then we're going to put them in the fridge in the bowl overnight to completely infuse, at least minimum of 12 hours. Now, after sitting in the fridge for 12 hours, we have some nice colored water there that infused from honeysuckle. Now we put a cheesecloth, another bowl, and put a strainer and then a cheesecloth in it that's lifted up a little bit, and we pour this through the cheesecloth. Now there's a lot of moisture left in the blossoms themselves, so you got to put them in there and then kind of mash them, push them to get all that water, all that good. See when I squeeze it and you see the water coming out. So just gotta squeeze it nice like that. Get all that infused honeysuckle juice in there. It's gonna make us some good jelly. And that's what we got left. All right, now I've added the juice to the saucepan. I got it on medium heat, and I've already added the 1/3 cup of lemon juice. Now I'm adding 4 cups of sugar. Now you're gonna stir this constantly. You bring to a full boil. As you're stirring, bring it to a boil where it won't go back down. It'll just keep boiling even though you're stirring. That's what you want. Then that's when you add the pectin. Just starting to boil. It'll boil a lot harder than that. All right, now we're adding the pectin, 3 ounces. After adding the pectin, you boil for 2 more minutes, stirring constantly. Ingredients want to rise, so make sure you have a pan that's big enough. Or you gotta turn the heat down a little bit, like right now. Use a ladle and a little funnel for each one. Ladle it in. Now we're gonna add the screw the lids on, and then we're gonna do a hot water bath to keep the germs, get rid of the germs, and seal the lids. You place the jars in a big pot and add water. Make sure you use hot water because there's still, the jelly inside still hot, and you don't want to blast a crack. But put a 1 inch of water above the lid, bring it to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, put the timer on for 5 minutes. Let it boil for 5 minutes, and then turn the heat off, and you can remove them with a jar tong and set them on a towel to dry and cool. All right, it's time to set the timer for 5 minutes. Let it boil like this for 5 minutes. Turn the heat off. Let them cool. After you set them out on a towel to dry, go ahead and dry the lids off. Now you'll see the lids right now, because they're still hot, are kind of pushing upwards with a little crown. When they seal, they're going to pop, and they're going to indent and go down, and that means that they're sealed. And then after they cool down and they're sealed, then you just mark what the title is, Honeysuckle Jelly, and the 2020 or whatever the date is, and ready for storage, ready to go onto the shelf.